So basically, the big challenge that OpenCache is trying to solve is remove the traditional bottleneck of CDN delivery. All of us at Qwilt, we came from the top CDNs that you can think of. Everyone that you guys are working with, we all came from those companies. And as time advanced, when we were getting onto those big live events or those big, Disney with those big release, those big episodes that people have been waiting for a couple of years, Star Wars, it's always there's those crazy high peak of traffic. And from traditional CDN, the bottlenecks are not the capacity, the server capacity. It's always the access to the network, the access to the eyeballs, right? The peering points in my past life were the biggest challenge we had, right? How can we put that much traffic into an ISP to reach the number of eyeballs that we need to reach? So the way that Open Caching approached that issue is by saying, we're going to partner with the ISPs, and we're going to deploy architecture inside the network in partnership with the ISPs with a density and a granularity that has never been done before, right? If you look at a top US ISP, for example, you're going to have big CDNs are going to have 4 or 5 nodes. One of our largest ISP in the US, we deploy 600 nodes within a single ISPs. So those nodes are smaller, but the density and the granularity is much more important. So what that means is that we remove that access to the network kind of like component bottleneck, and we have the ability to scale massively within an ISP network. Now, what we're doing also is for that to work is that there need to be an interest for the ISPs, right? And that's where the second smart part about Open Caching comes, which is how we reinvent the relationship with ISPs. There's a revenue sharing model. That means that the ISPs are seeing now content delivery as a revenue stream for them. So for the very first time, all the delivery chain, right, from the content producers to the CDN to the ISPs, they all have a vested interest making sure that the content provider is happy and that the users get the best quality of experience possible, right? And that changes, basically it's simple, but that changes the way all of it works, because now the ISPs are really a true partner. They're helping. When we tell you we deploy 600 nodes within an ISPs, it's the ISP who tell us, well, it's my network, I know better. So if you want to be the most efficient, you need to deploy in all those locations. They give access to data, they give access to analytics. And all of that, basically, they give access to support, which is very important with those big live events, right? Like how many platform can say we have ISPs basically helping us providing iron glass monitoring during a big live event. And that's kind of like revolution is the big word, but that's kind of like the evolution, the kind of next generation content delivery platform we're trying to work on. And by deploying that globally, and making sure that all those ISPs are interconnected through the Open Caching format makes a very good evolution and a very interesting value proposition for content delivery.